Looks like we might not have any viewers today, Leighton. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Pretty good though. It sounded like the demos that like Kurt Cobain would make.
Yeah, it's pretty lo-fi demo. I gotta show you the other guy's song, Jacob Bone. So it like transitions from my song into his, and his song is just about like being a
you guys already have an album?
Almost, kind of. But check this out. His song is called Greasy, and it's about like it's kind of just making fun of fat people, I feel like. Yeah, I just made a Facebook page for this. I figured it'll help when I go to book and stuff.
You made an entire song about fat people.
Yeah.
Brittany Dyer, listen up.
That's right. It'll mostly be a cover band, but he writes songs and I write songs, so we've just been doing originals too for fun.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good.
Dude, okay, here it goes. This is the one I was telling you about. That's me playing slide there.
Okay.
Greasy, delicious, loaded up with sugar carbon fat, and spare me on the nutrition. Fuck all nutritional value, sweet cream.
Got released on Spotify or something.
Yeah, if we're gonna release actual stuff, I'd like to. I think I'm gonna put that on the JC Square Facebook. Just like use it to direct traffic that way. But yeah, welcome to the Late Night Freedom Stream, playback viewers, because I can see that nobody's here right now. Yeah, so the school board election results came back in. Miriam got in just barely, which was good. And then those two other retarded bitches like won. And I don't even know how. So that first link in there, Leighton, the KY3 link, has a little video we can watch. But that old lady that's like super obsessed with the way she looks had the most.
Yeah, I remember this one.
Yeah, she supposedly had the most votes. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? She's.
I don't know. Maybe people felt connected to her. It looks like Kyler didn't win.
No, it was all women. Huh. But it was only those two are like leftist shills. The only one that's good is Miriam. So it was kind of a wash. I mean, honestly, the liberals kind of won because it's two.
Susan Province, Danielle Kincaid, and Miriam Mohammadi.
Yep.
I probably pronounced that wrong. I'm sorry, Miriam.
Play the video.
At Heritage Bank of the Ozarks,
play a 15-second.
Boo!
That's
KY. Local dollars are invested in
fucking cocksucking motherfuckers.
4 seconds.
With local lenders.
Most highly contested races in Springfield is the one for school board.
Shit, that was all pretty close though.
Yeah, it's within a margin of 1,000.
Yeah.
But like, how did Susan Providence, like, I guess she used to be a coach at Park Hill or something for like many, many years. So maybe people just know her from that. And then, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed with the results. Actually, I'm very disappointed with the results. Of course, I'm happy Miriam made it. That's good. If one conservative was going to make it, it's good that it was Miriam.
Yeah.
But yeah, how did she?
Competing 3 spots. This one just went final moments ago. Susan Provance got the most votes. She'll be a new voice on the board. Danielle Kincaid and Marianne Mohammadi will return. Landon McCarter finished 4th. The winners will serve a 3-year term. Voters ousted board vice president Scott Krice. We spoke to new board member Susan Provance just minutes ago.
We are very excited about the early returns. We feel that this shows that the community believes that a school board should be focused on what is best for kids. Every child deserves our best efforts to make them as successful as they can.
Man, I mean, yeah, sounds good in theory. Turn that off. Yeah, I don't get how Susan Provance won. She's like very not charismatic. She was like one of those like captured ideological people. Yeah, I don't get it. I'm glad Miriam made it, but
I mean, how many conservatives do we have on the board?
Now I think maybe 2.
Huh. That's not really.
It's supposed to be nonpartisan, but everything's political now.
Yeah. This isn't the red wave I was expecting.
Yeah, no, it's not great.
But yeah, I mean, that does suck.
I want to show the clip of Susan Provance from my coverage because it's like, I don't know, of all of the people, why would this old lady that like is just obsessed with the way she looks win?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. She just, whenever he interviewed her, she seemed kind of out there, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to pull up the footage of that because it's just like, yeah, she's very odd.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay, Leighton. Here is, I'm going to put it in the private chat, and it's at about the 36-second mark.
Know where I'm going.
So 36 minutes, sorry.
What's called, the freedom of press.
Mm-hmm.
But that is vastly different than a 9-year-old.
Yeah, a little forward there.
Hi. Good. How are you? Jacob, I'm doing a live stream of the candidates. So, would you mind giving me like kind of your like campaign platform that you're running on?
Okay, well, I can just first of all, I have to tell you, I'll take my glasses off because it just makes me look so much better.
We were having the candidates clear in the area. So, Susan, if you have any further questions for her, make sure you email her. What's the best way to get
Isn't the event till 7:30?
The event, the breakdown, that's misprint. It's middle of 7.
Oh, okay.
Breakdown is the next 30 minutes, and that's what we're doing right now.
Oh, gotcha.
Bureaucrats.
Breaking my heart.
I guess that he's actually a professor at MSU for like political science or something.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to start to leave, and you're going to ask me a question that you're not going to videotape me, but I'm going to answer it for you. Would that be all right?
Yeah? You don't want to be videotaped?
What part of the space
We don't need exercise.
video?
We need exercise hostility. The candidate is wanting to take a break in the event.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, if you don't want to be recorded, that's okay. I'll try to go get one of the other candidates' answers. Thank you.
Dang.
Yeah, just not an impressive candidate at all.
Blocked.
Super unimpressive.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that response though. What part of this environment is good for videoing? I don't know if she meant that by like the noise was bad or something, but
She meant the way she looks. She's like some kind of weird narcissist or something. I don't even know. But the next thing, I mean, this is going to be a particularly low effort episode. I'm not sorry either. We're still doing 2 episodes a week. That Monday episode had a lot of planning into it. So this next clip is off of Twitter. I meant to show it on the last episode, but I kind of forgot. It's of Jordan Peterson kind of pinning Destiny down in a debate.
yeah. Wash your penis.
Wash your penis.
The other obviously glaring possibility is that injecting billions of people with a vaccine that was not tested by any stretch of the imagination with the thoroughness that it should have before it was forced upon people also might be a contributing factor, partly because we know that it led to a rise in myocarditis among young men. And we also know that there was absolutely no reason whatsoever to ever recommend that that vaccine was delivered to young children whose risk of death at COVID was so close to zero that it might as well have been zero.
When you're talking about a disease, the risk of death isn't the only thing that you worry about for the disease. There's also
So you're going to talk
long-term.
about transmission?
Well,
Because that was another thing that the
we can talk
COVID
about
vaccine
transmission.
pushed. Yeah,
We
but
can-
it didn't
hold on.
do anything
We
to
can talk. It
transmission.
absolutely did because it decreased your chance of getting infected. It didn't destroy. It didn't get rid of transmission, but it reduced
Yeah,
transmission.
but it was
your chance of getting-
claimed that it would get rid of
Only
transmission.
if you take one reading of one single quote. I think that
give
Biden
me a
said one
break.
time where he said, "No, come on." Biden one time on the news says, "If you get the vaccine, you won't
That
transfer
is
the
so
disease,"
silly.
which was a no.
Do you know that our prime minister in Canada deprived Canadians of the right to travel for 6 months because the unvaccinated were going to transmit COVID with more likelihood than the vaccinated? So this wasn't one bloody statement. This was like
hold on.
thorough government policy
What
in
I'm
my
saying
country.
is there wasn't a statement given that if you get vaccinated, there is a 0% chance of transmitting the disease. The idea is that vaccines were supposed to help because
Fine,
it
well,
reduces your hospitalization, reduces death, and it reduces transmission, hopefully by making it so that people don't get sick or don't get sick for as long. All three of those things the vaccines did exceedingly well. They were tested. The myocarditis rates are like 7 out of 100,000 injections. And the
Destiny
myocarditis is
was-
generally acute. And it's generally not as bad as even getting
Do what?
I thought Destiny was
also
like
It's a
having
much worse
myocarditis.
side effect than side effect.
I can't hear you. You're gonna have to pause the video.
I said I thought Destiny was like a streamer.
He is. He's kind of like this, like center left debate streamer. Like I think he does video game content and stuff too. But
Like the neutral Hassan.
yeah, he's pretty soy. But he has like a few like things where he deviates from the left wing orthodoxy. Otherwise, he's like a shill for the DNC pretty much. But he debates everybody. Like I've seen him debate Zerka, Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro, Sneeko.
Well, I think I saw the Sneeko Destiny debate.
Yeah, it was a Jew debate. It was the Jewish debate. Been a lot of those going around recently.
Get what is it? Nick Fuentes to debate him.
I think Nick Fuentes was there.
Oh,
Yeah, it was Nick Fuentes, Zerka, and Sneeko, if I'm not mistaken.
huh.
It was on the Fresh and Fit podcast. It was pretty interesting, actually.
Oh.
A 7 out of 100,000 rate of acute myocarditis is not the worst side effect of any other vaccine. I think that is a completely acceptable, given that the disease itself is more likely to cause myocarditis or pericarditis.
Yes,
that was
I
a
don't think
totally-
the data suggests support that presupposition anymore. The latest peer-reviewed studies show that that's simply not true, especially among young men. I told you at the beginning of this conversation that the progressive leftists were on the side of the pharmaceutical companies.
Being on the side of the pharmaceutical companies about
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, what I see as the unholy part of that alliance with the pharmaceutical companies is that it dovetails with the radical utopians' willingness to use power to impose their utopian vision.
Well, then what do you
Because
make of the
otherwise,
fact
how
that-
would you explain it? Because the leftists should have been the ones that were most skeptical about the bloody pharmaceutical companies. And they jumped on the vaccine bandwagon in exactly the same way that you're doing right now.
Pharmaceutical companies have helped us tremendously
Yeah,
throughout the
right. There we go. Fine. No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
You're just wrong.
I think they're
You're
utterly
completely wrong.
I see. So you don't think that the pharmaceutical companies who dominate the advertising landscape with 75% of the funding are corrupt?
I don't. Corrupt is a very broad.
No. It's
Do you think that
corrupt
do you think
with a tinge of malevolence?
Do you think
willing to extract money out of people by putting their health on the line?
Do
You don't believe
that?
that?
Do you think that we get effective drugs from pharmaceutical companies?
Not particularly.
Huh.
Pretty heated exchange in that debate. The whole thing's pretty interesting. I avoided it at first because I don't like Destiny. But Josh Poole sent me some clips, encouraged me to watch it, so I checked it out. Pretty good. They debate some climate stuff too, and Jordan Peterson makes some very good points about that. But it's kind of interesting, and he illustrates it at the end of that clip how the left in the United States used to kind of be like the hippies that were like against the establishment, and against big pharma and against like the federal government. But now that the left wields power, they're total apologists for big pharma and large institutions and the federal government.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting to see. We've like flipped conservatives and liberals in some ways with our attitudes towards government, seemingly in the United States.
It is a pretty interesting debate, though. I'll have to watch the full version of it sometime.
Yeah, you might appreciate it. Let's see. This next thing that we have in there, Leighton, this one's a weird one. You remember we were praising Greg Abbott for like fighting Joe Biden on the border?
Yeah.
So this is going to be me criticizing Greg Abbott. Look at this like law that he's trying to pass or has passed. If you could pull it up. It's pretty bizarre. And it's like, it kind of goes to show again, like, I don't know. This is like an example of conservatives kind of acting like liberals in a weird way. So that headline there,
Governor Greg Abbott today issued an executive order to fight the increase in acts of anti-Semitism at colleges and universities in Texas and ensure a safe environment for Jewish students and all Texans. Anti-Semitism is never acceptable in Texas, and we will do everything we can to fight it, said Governor Abbott. The state of Texas stands with Israel and the Jewish community, and we must escalate our efforts to protect against anti-Semitism at Texas colleges and universities across our state. Across the country, acts of anti-Semitism have grown in number, size, and danger to the Jewish community since Hamas's deadly attack on October 7th. Texas took immediate action to protect Jewish schools, synagogues, and other key locations. Many Texas colleges and universities also acted quickly to condemn anti-Semitism, but some radical organizations on our campuses engage in acts that have no place in Texas. Now we must work to ensure that our college campuses are safe spaces for members of the Jewish community.
Yeah, like he's talking about safe spaces. That's not supposed to be a conservative thing. And this is a response to pro-Palestine protests being held on campus. I don't like pro-Palestine protests.
They have the right to protest, you know.
Exactly. It's a freedom of speech
Like
issue.
we'll fuck with them, but like I mean that's our freedom of speech.
That's our right, yeah.
Like it should be both ends. They should be allowed to have their Palestine protests, and we should be allowed to, you know, make fun of them for having a Palestine protest.
Exactly, man. Like I feel like Greg Abbott really dropped the ball with that. That's concerning to see.
I don't know. Seems a little soy to me.
Yeah, like what are you thinking?
Yeah.
And well, that's the kind of thing that like makes me anti-Semitic. I'm like, oh, Jews actually do run the world. Oh, I see. Jews actually do run everything. Okay, interesting.
I mean,
I'm kidding, but you know, it's like weird to see shit like that.
I mean, you know, I think anti-Semitism is getting pretty popular, though. You know,
yeah,
Palestine stuff.
It's a big hit with the kids these days.
It is pretty big.
So moving right along from that, this next one is a little tweet. It's this. There's like this pro-life demonstration in Nashville. I think this was a couple months ago. We'd mentioned this on the show before because Matt Walsh did an interview with the pastor who is also the organizer of this pro-life group, and we recommended that video. That pastor's being charged with violating the FACE Act, and a bunch of the people in his congregation, and I think it's like collectively they're all looking at like 11 years in federal prison.
Oh, wow.
And what they did was sit in like in a Planned Parenthood and, you know, tried to give women resources to like give them more information to prevent them from getting abortions.
Well, I mean, that's good.
It is good. And it's them being persecuted. Like it reminds me of, I was reminded of the FBI raiding that other pro-lifer's home at the beginning of Joe Biden's administration. And the attack on Christianity throughout his whole administration has just been so relentless. And I heard Mark Dice make the point. Everybody should subscribe to Mark Dice on YouTube. His commentary is really, really good and concise. But he said in 2016, the boogeyman was the far right. In 2020, the boogeyman was the Proud Boys. In this 2024 election, the boogeyman and the thing the media are going to use as a pinata to try to drum up fear is Christian nationalism. And this administration, you know, we had a whole episode about the hypocrisy in the courts, but it seems like Christians really are being persecuted.
Yeah. I mean, let's look at this tweet, though. It says Christians are not safe in Joe Biden's America. He sends his FBI to infiltrate classes. He desecrates our holiest day of the year, and his DOJ is putting people in jail for prayer. No American that holds faith dear to their heart can, in good conscience, vote for this man. 4 more pro-lifers that were involved in this protest outside a Nashville abortion clinic have just been found guilty in federal court of violating the FACE Act. That's now 10 people who face 11 years in jail for praying for the unborn.
What a bunch of criminals.
Yeah. How violent.
They ought to be shot. Look at that. Disgusting.
How awful.
Yeah. Oh, it makes me sick. What a bunch of
We,
animals.
Throw them in front of a bunch of firing squads.
You know, they shouldn't just be sent to prison. And firing squads would be too easy. I think they ought to be re-educated.
I think we should torture them.
Yeah, yeah.
Guantanamo Bay with water.
You know that scene in 1984 where he tortures him until he agrees that 2 + 2 = 5? We should do that to them.
Teach them math.
Yeah. Well, except we'll go. A fetus isn't a human being, and they'll go, but it is, and then we'll shock them. They'll go, ah! We'll go, say a fetus isn't a human being. They'll go, but it is. Ah! And then we'll just keep doing that until they go, a fetus isn't a human. Ah! And then we'll let them go.
Yeah.
Oh, no, and then we'll shoot them. Sorry.
Yeah. But yeah, that is all pretty awful.
You got to break their will before you kill them.
They are pardoned by Trump when he becomes president.
Yeah, me too. That is awful. Awful. Frankly, it's a bad news day.
Frankly, awful.
It's really bad. We could use the MAGA laser right about now.
The West is falling.
Our politicians have been captured by China and other foreign entities. And
it's a tremendous issue.
Tremendous.
The
huge.
The hugest issue.
Tremendous is a good one. That's a really good one.
What's this Libs of TikTok tweet that you sent?
Okay, that is showing these. It's a compare and contrast between that guy a year ago that got put in jail for choking out a crazy homeless person that was being violent and accidentally killing him, and 6 immigrants being released on bond that like attacked some people. Or so coming to our. Oh yeah.
This is what it looks like.
That's not the immigrant.
I was about to say that does not look like an illegal immigrant.
That is the white man.
This is the he's like an immigrant is not going to have a nice seat.
Coming to our country illegally and squat in a home with guns and drugs, released without bail. Protect subway riders from a crazed lunatic who threatened to hurt people. $100,000 bond. Welcome to New York City. So click back on the article link there. Yes. 6 migrant squatters released without bail after New York gun drug arrests. I feel like if you're an illegal immigrant and you get caught, even if you're not doing something wrong, you should be deported.
Yeah.
Like what? Right?
Yeah.
Like what the hell? So, and that's kind of like a precursor. What is that? The old lady.
The old lady. Susanna and Joseph Landa purchased their dream retirement home in Queens, New York. Their plans for peaceful retirement instantly collapsed. In New York, people illegally living in your property automatically become the legal tenants after 30 days.
Oh, yeah.
I just want
stay away from New York, I guess.
For real.
They signed the deed back in October. And then what happens?
The nightmare begins.
The house came with something unexpected. A man living in their home, who they say refuses to leave.
We couldn't believe it. We could not believe it.
His name's Brett Flores.
They cannot come here early when I'm not here.
They have keys. They're the owner.
This is what happened when the Landas tried to enter with an insurance inspector. They say Flores called the cops on them.
I'd shoot
even
him.
though they say they gave him 10 days.
He would go to prison.
I'd put a bullet through his fucking brain.
That said, we have a tenant.
You would think that you would have the right to, since it's your
It
property.
doesn't matter if I have the right to. He's dead.
Here's the thing with New York City, dude. There's no castle doctrine, and you can't own a gun.
Oh, that's retarded.
You can't own a handgun in New York City unless you're a fucking criminal. Then you can own your Glock and order your Switch off of Temu.
I'll throw a brick at his cranium.
Then you have a machine gun. There was something else freaking crazy going on in New York. I think it was like ABC or something. Maybe you could find this late and see if you could find this. It's ABC asking an illegal immigrant if he came here because Joe Biden is president. This clip is insane. I saw this on Matt Walsh's show today. If you could find it, it'd be worth playing because it's insane that it was on TV at all.
I'm just gonna look through Matt Walsh, see what he's got.
Well, it was on his episode. You're not gonna be able to find it that way. If I find it before you do,
I mean, I don't know. I can't find it. This is an American. I don't know. I can't find it. You there? Oh shit! I think he froze. Whoopsie. Ooh. Oh shit! He's back.
Sorry, I don't know what happened there for a second.
Yeah, I can't find it.
Okay, you better hope I can't find it, or I'm gonna come to your house and become obsessed with you, and wear your skin.
Get squatters' rights.
Squatters' rights, steal your apartment. Legal immigrants admit they wouldn't have come during Trump. Let's see if that works. Yeah, okay, never mind. You get to keep your life this time.
Yeah. It's hard to find clips like that. Who commented? Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, what's up, Josiah?
Yeah, he totally just froze. Just cold outside, dude.
Yeah, sorry.
Dude,
Little breeze.
Control.
Little breeze came through the door there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope you're well, brother.
His 1,000-year-old MacBook accidentally got touched in the wrong place and it stopped working.
Yeah. I touched my my MacBook's no floppy disk. Let's yeah. Oh, so that last little clip was kind of leading up to the next one, where in New York City they're giving illegal immigrants prepaid debit cards to get groceries and stuff.
Yeah,
which I think we've talked.
Handing out prepaid debit cards to migrants on controversial program.
Does it say how much right there?
60. City Hall says the new process of getting asylum seekers fed could save up to $600,000 per month. Yeah, right.
Save how?
They will receive about $350 a week.
That's ridiculous.
How do you look at yourself when all you do is how do you look at yourself in the mirror when all you do is take welfare
from taxpayers from a country?
How do you look at yourself that you're such a fat, lazy piece of shit and you have nothing going on in your life that you have to take welfare because you're such a piece of shit and you ain't got nothing in your life worthwhile? Dude,
what? And that's even that goes for American citizens even, but our country is such a joke right now under this administration because, not only if an illegal immigrant gets caught doing a crime, not only are they not deported, but they're not given bail and they're given free money for food and shelter.
Yeah.
We're not even trying. to be a real country?
I don't know. Like I couldn't look at myself in the mirror, acknowledge that I don't work. I don't do anything productive for society. I don't even have like a hobby that's somewhat interesting, you know. I'm just an illegal immigrant living off of $350 a month. And yeah.
What is that video? A gorilla killing a lion?
It's Harambe.
No, I mean legitimately.
I think it's a dog.
Is it a dog?
Yeah, it's
oh,
a
okay.
dog.
That was insane.
But yeah, that is crazy though. I think that's all stupid. At least I don't live in New York City.
Oh yeah, this Joe Rogan clip was pretty good too. Skip the 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
So to set this up before you play it, this dude wrote a book recently, and he's a black guy, and he went on The View, and all the View ladies were like kind of like mobbing up on him because he's not racist against white people, more or less. So let's see what Josiah says. When money becomes worthless, it won't matter as much in this aspect specifically. Yeah, but I mean, we'll be circling the drain even worse than we are now when money becomes worthless. Unless you're talking about something spiritual, and I'm not understanding what you're meaning there, but
Yeah. I mean, let's watch this Joe Rogan clip.
Yeah, Jamie, pull that up.
That's what we should all hope for.
That's right. Yeah, there's been this common phrase, I don't see race, that's equated with colorblindness. And
Yeah.
the point of my book is I want to say, get rid of that. Of course we see race, certainly in America, in the West. You could argue about whether children really see race, but past a certain point, we see race. Point is not to pretend you don't see it. It's to say, you know, you're a white guy, I'm a black and Hispanic guy. We notice that. We're not going to pretend it's not there, but whenever it matters, I'm going to try to treat you like an individual based on your personal qualities, and we're going to ask the government to do the same. Get race out of public policy. If you want to help disadvantaged people, do that on the basis of class.
100%. And understand that when you see these incentives that are put into corporations, these are methods of control. And that's what's going on when you see things like DEI initiatives. It's not, you're not really making the world a better place.
Right.
You're just allowing these financial institutions to enact control over corporations. And it's
Right.
a really shifty, weird way they're doing it by.
Okay, that's pretty much the whole thing. But him just saying, like, you know, if you want to help people change policies based off of like class instead of race, I totally agree with that in principle. Leighton, you should send Josiah a link. I don't know if you want to hop on for a minute, Josiah, but we don't have anything else planned for the episode. So if you want to get into a little rap session with us here, we can definitely do it. That's all my topics, like I said, but this is going to be kind of a lazy episode. I didn't do much show prep. But we're sticking to a schedule here, people. We got a show to do, okay? Fuck it. We'll do it live. Hey.
Slow news day.
I guess. It seems like there's always a million things going on. And then when I don't write stuff down and keep track of it, it comes time to do the show, and I'm like, I'll write down like 2 topics and I'm like, I know there was like 9 other things I wanted to talk about.
Yeah. But yeah,
maybe Josiah's talking about the Boogaloo.
Maybe.
Like, I'm not sure.
He just messaged me, Josiah. Cool. I sent a link and he said cool. But yeah, this is a very low effort stream.
Yeah.
I have a sore throat and a herny head. So
what do you think about this, Leighton? Me and Jesse were talking about it last night. You think the world's gonna end soon or later?
No. I don't think it's gonna end soon.
I don't either.
What makes you think it'll end soon?
I don't. A lot of people do right now.
They think it's the eclipse, but there's, you know, it's like
that.
fucking 2012 all over again, you know.
Right.
Oh, the eclipse! It's gonna cause some massive tragedy. Revelations is starting, you know. And
yeah.
Like they said that it was going through 7 cities named Nineveh, and it's only going through 2 cities named Nineveh or whatever.
Dude, yeah, I saw like the lines. Like
Yeah,
the,
they're like every fucking solar eclipse map I've seen has been completely different from each other, and they're like saying different things. Like one of them I saw, it was like, oh, this eclipse is going through this many locations of tragedy. Like this is where like the shootings happened and 9/11 and stuff. And all fucking shit. If you put all those points together, yeah, it does look kind of bad.
where we go one, we go all.
Here we go one, we go all.
Oh, cool. It looks like Josiah did hop in.
What's up?
Whoa.
I don't know how this works.
You just speak into the camera. We can hear you.
I think you have bad internet connection because you're like, okay.
Hello.
Hello. Can you hear us?
I might.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes. I can.
Oh, okay.
You guys are I don't think I'm muted.
Damn it.
No, I'm muted.
No.
Oh shit.
I think he just has bad reception.
Give me a second.
Go somewhere where you have better reception. Go
Go to
by
the library. Holy fuck, I look creepy in this. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Look like,
Creepy in what?
Look like a fucking mutant alien or something.
Josiah, buddy, I'm afraid this isn't gonna work. Leighton, quit being a weirdo. This you keep freezing every couple of seconds. Like for as much time as you're unfrozen, you're frozen. Well, try to say something now. Now it looks like you're working.
Okay. I'm seeing you guys just fine.
What do you think? What do you think? World gonna end soon or nah?
It really just depends on when he decides to come back, man.
Right.
Because otherwise the world doesn't end and we keep going through these cycles, because these cycles have happened for a long time.
What do you yeah, I agree with that. What were you kind of getting at in the comments you were leaving there?
I can't really read them now because I'm on your StreamYard thing. But
you said when money becomes worthless, it won't matter as much in this aspect specifically. Both spiritually and physically, people will have to work together to even have a shot.
Yep. Well, I mean, just that specifically, like, yeah, this isn't good. Lawlessness isn't good. It's I think it's it's like a slow fuse is what it is, really. And I feel like it's set intentionally. But to me, what matters more is, you know, your community and your connections, the people you see every day. Like if those things aren't in order, like if you can't work together with people, and in order to work together with people well, like an aspect of spirituality has to be there. Like you have to have something sustaining you, because working with people is difficult, but people got to work together. That's just all there is to it in my mind.
I see what you're saying. You're still a big hippie at heart, you know.
Well, I also know that it works. Like,
yeah, you're giving me
people-
like you're giving me community garden vibes.
No. Well, I mean, what's wrong with having a community garden? Everybody eats.
Yeah,
Like
that's
more
a
people
cool
should
thing.
plant gardens. Do you have a garden? Are you doing a garden this year? I would do a garden this year.
I ought to, but no.
Yeah. No, just people might call it hippie this, hippie that, whatever. Like I'm absolutely for like responsible action towards all fronts. Like I just don't think we as Americans really know what that means. Like we've had it so good for so long that now that these things are going down, we've been cut off from all of our heritage as far as like real world survival, like, and even hospitality things. Like, and I know a lot of really kind people that, you know, would welcome you into their home and serve a meal to you or plant a garden with you that aren't necessarily like hippies. So I don't think they're mutually exclusive, really. Like, I think that some of these concepts are a lot more old world than people would like to think. I think that in the 60s, part of that resurgence was because of the kind of the homogenization that was already starting to take place with the culture towards this like commercialistic, materialistic like front where the economy becomes a god and everybody has to worship at the altar of the economy. And I mean, there's certain there's just certain things that we're gonna have to interact with and deal with. So why not go about it in a way that is charitable, you know? Not necessarily in the aspect of like you're like wrestling money out of people's hands that don't want to give, but like to be of service. Why I don't think people realize how much freedom there is in being of service to the people around you
I
and to
agree
the
with
space that
that.
you occupy.
And I see that everywhere too, where I really appreciate good customer service. And, you know, I feel like now I appreciate it even more because it's somewhat rare where even somebody in like the hospitality, like service, like business, they don't even try at the heart of their job. Like the most important thing about hospitality is the hospitality. And that's hard to find. And it is such a valuable thing to cultivate. You know, man, it makes me think. Me and Leighton trolled this pro-Palestine protest the other day, and I talked to this Palestinian guy that was there, and him and his South African wife came here on purpose because they wanted to have Southern hospitality because they appreciate that and how friendly people are.
Yep.
That's one of the really great things about this area is people are really friendly even still. But yeah,
Well,
no,
it
I
is the
think
buckle of the Bible Belt.
yeah, we got that going for us. You know, we have the culture war and the homelessness and some of the criminality and stuff in town has gotten worse, but people are still pretty helpful and pretty nice around here, I feel like. And there is more like opportunities for like co-ops and like 4-H groups and you know, like people kind of having like
banding together.
Yeah, having those kind
Yeah,
of
you're starting to
cooperative
see
things.
the seeds of it already, but like I think it'll be much more necessary before all of this is over.
For sure.
That's all I was really trying to get across with the comments, but
Gotcha. How you been, man? How's the walk with Christ going? How's life?
dude, I can't even begin to like explain half of this stuff. I'm still learning. Things are shifting and changing. Like when I talked to you guys, I wasn't doing the bean anymore. So a lot like that freed up time, and then just other things. So mostly it's just working and like following wherever he leads. And there's I'm learning so much, and like the opportunities to be of service just flow whenever you're following him. Like you never know what's going to occur.
It's true. That is
You really
true.
don't.
The bean. I've started a band with Jacob Bone and Clayton Hayes recently. You remember them?
I remember Clayton. You said Jacob who?
Bone. He was like Clayton's buddy that was in his group with him.
Okay. They came as a pair originally to the Bean, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Clayton was a pretty talented bassist, though, as I recall. Like he had some decent chops.
He's gotten better too. He's pretty good now.
Well, anybody that practices will do that.
Yeah.
Like that's all that takes, really, is practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we
What are you guys calling yourselves?
JC squared. It's here. I can show you how it's spelled. It's not what you think.
JT squared. Well, my initials are JC. Okay.
Yeah. But I will tell you, the members of the band are John, Connor. Not John, actually Jacob, Connor, Jacob, Clayton, so you do with that what you will. I don't know. I think it's a good name. I've got everybody tells me that it's like gay or something. I'm like, come on, man.
JC. If I just saw that, I would think it was Jace squared. Like if you didn't say JC, I would think that it was Jace.
It does kind of look like Jace. That might be how you spell Jace. We
I
might
think
have
it
to
is how you
change
spell
it.
Jace. Like I've
Damn
always been
it!
good at spelling. I see words, and so that's.
Damn it! No. Oh, why are me and all my bandmates so stupid?
Just add another E to it.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. Wow.
Then
I'm so
people
glad you
pronounce
came on the show. You're solving
Dude,
all
it's
my
okay.
problems right now.
I like to help where I can, I guess. I don't know. What about you guys? What have you guys been up to? Just more of the show, and I guess you started a band.
Leighton's starting his own show. I started a band. We went and trolled a protest. What else is going on? Leighton, what's going on? I guess we both celebrated Easter. What did you do for Easter, man?
Easter was great. Well, the week before, like this whole past month has been kind of busy. I went down to Joplin and went to practice like every weekend with my family because the week before Easter we played like a whole set, like we had a service, which was just us playing music.
You're like a family band or what?
Yeah, I mean all my family plays.
That's sick, dude. What? Cloud Country? Get out of here, dude. That's so sick.
I mean my parents and brothers were doing it probably the last 4 or 5 years at least, I would think. But I had the
You kinda
opportunity to
just
play
got
with them maybe a year or two ago at the fair. And then yeah, we played at my grandmother's church the week before Easter, and then this last weekend I went down on Saturday and spent the night and went to a sunrise service at my parents' church where we played more music. So it was good.
Dude, that's really cool. I didn't know you were doing the family band thing. Cloud Country. That's sick.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean I'm involved. Like I guess I'm one of the family.
Yeah.
But it's the only musical thing I've been about recently, and now like it with my schedule kind of like opening up other than work, like I'm looking forward to doing gardening.
Nice.
And get
Yeah,
to get the
if I
yard
had
set
my
back
own
up from winter. You should
Yeah, what
start
are
a
you
garden.
gonna I'd like to. What do you like to grow? What do you do in your garden?
I've done multiple different things over the years. I have a number of herbs. I've got mugwort. I have oregano. I have lemon balm. There's this stuff that grows around here called lamb's quarter that I grow. It's a naturally occurring plant, but it's like high in vitamin C, and it's really good for you. It's so tasty, so you can pick it right off. The leaves taste great. So I've done that. I did sweet potatoes last year. I have a bunch of those left, and I'm gonna slip out and plant more sweet potatoes, even though they never really go away because they're a root crop and they're invasive. So I'll have sweet potatoes from now until the end of whatever. I've done potatoes. I always do tomatoes. I've got some asparagus that's in its 3rd year that I planted the 1st year of the garden. That's already up. I need to harvest it because it's tall, and I didn't realize. I've got winter onions or Egyptian walking onions. They're called both. They grow up and they shoot with the green onions, and then up at the top they'll form a bulb, and then the weight of the bulb carries it to the ground, and so it like replicates and is invasive too. So that's another food thing that I have. I think I have garlic from last year that's coming up, but I've done corn, and I want to do the Three Sisters this year. Wanted to do it last year and didn't get around to it. But corn, beans, and
I always
squash.
wanted to do Three Sisters myself. Wait, what?
Well, corn, beans, and squash.
I'm just kidding. What is that though? Three Sisters? I've never heard of that.
Corn's it's the native way of planting they planted corn, beans, and squash together. So you have the corn that grows up straight, you plant it and then the beans a little bit later, and the beans climb the corn, and then the squash spreads out and provides ground cover to keep the other plants, the weeds and stuff down.
Oh,
So
dang.
they all work. When they grow together, they all work. Technically, it's against, I think it's in Leviticus, maybe, or Numbers. It says not to plant crops together.
We're in the new covenant, brother. It's all right.
I mean, maybe. I guess we'll see.
Well, think about it this way too, bro. Levitical law like also forbids like different kinds of cloth being
Yeah.
intermingled, which is like
I saw a video recently that was talking about that specifically, and apparently there are frequencies, like actual frequencies that the different types of
oh
cloth
my
have.
god, bro, shut the
Bro,
fuck up. I don't
I'm
start
not
with
kidding
this.
at all.
I worked
I'm
with a
not kidding at
guy
all.
who every day he's like bread, very high frequency. And he would always talk about the different fabrics and how the different fabrics have different
Well, I mean, here's
frequencies
the
and
thing.
vibrations and affect your body
Just
with the
to
sine waves and the
bring it back to like a realistic scientific point. Have you ever heard of Nikola Tesla?
yes.
Whenever somebody felt to be the smartest man in the world, he said, I don't know, you'll have to ask Nikola Tesla. Nikola Tesla even did a bunch of different things, but he himself said that if one wants to understand the universe, you have to look at frequency and vibration, light, frequency, and vibration,
Yeah,
because
but
that's everything.
I'm not gonna be compelled that like the material of my shirt is the reason I feel bad. You know what I mean?
Well, everything has an effect, and God doesn't waste words. So for whatever reason that he said it, he said it.
Well, I think in my opinion, with the two different materials thing, it's distinguishing the Jew and the Gentile. It's setting apart. It's setting
It was a
apart.
setting apart. And that's, I mean, that's what he does in all of his covenants is set apart, like that, even the new covenant. But I'm just gonna be humble to all of it, and like because
I appreciate you bringing
how
it
much
up.
do
I
you
don't know
really
if
know?
I forgot about that, but I did used to debate that topic quite a bit at work. Like every day, he'd fucking bring the shit up. I'm like, oh, bro, come on now. But like,
Well, I mean, it's in there, and it everything around you has an effect. Like you affect everything, and everything affects you. It was created like that. So, and he likes to be multifaceted with what he says, both in like timeline jumps where he'll mirror things through time, and also in like having more than one way to understand something, and both of them make sense. So yeah, it sets apart, but you know, maybe it's actually not that good for you. It's a possibility.
can we just talk about weird Bible stuff for a little bit? Like, what is
Yeah.
because I don't think we've got to do that since the last time, anyways. Giants, yay or nay?
Nephilim? Oh yeah, they existed at least.
Yeah.
Honestly, there's a lot of people that think that they still do.
Joshua says,
Well, I mean,
got
you
here
have
late.
you have
Oh, bro, send Josh a link. Josh, get in here. Let's just get him
is
in
this
here.
gentleman a Sabbath keeper? Yeah.
It's the
Yeah.
beard.
I'll keep the Sabbath. But the Sabbath was made for
do?
man, not man for the Sabbath. So yeah, I make sure that I get at least a day of rest a week, and I, you know, but in the new covenant, like every day is the Sabbath. Like we walk with God every day. Like if you just walk with him on Sundays, you might be doing it wrong.
Right, that's true. I don't have like I don't keep the Sabbath. I kind of like I think that it's probably like I don't if you want to do that, that's great, but also it's the you know, we are living in the new covenant, so like Jesus was doing miracles on the Sabbath and stuff.
I ate some yummy tacos today for Din Din.
If he never talks like
what
that
are
again,
you?
it'll be too soon.
Yeah, are you 4 years old?
I had Din Din. I made tacos. It's Taco
What
Wednesday.
kind of tacos?
Hard shell.
Old school.
Yes, I'm not going
I'm
to
about those
Carrie's.
soft shells these days. I like the small soft shell tacos.
Did you send him the link, Leighton?
Yeah.
I wonder if he meant. Yes, I'm not going to the Carrie's Jam. Oh yeah, I haven't been to the Carrie's Jam in a long time. You ever go to that one, Josiah? Oh. What?
At that bar on Republic Road.
Yeah. I think it's on Republic Road. Have you ever been to the Jam? Their Wednesday night Jam? I used to go all the time. He's like frozen.
I don't think I have.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you were frozen there for a second. Pretty good one. Dave Ellis hosts that, I think, still. Freaking he says he's on my way back home. Oh, yeah, we might just end up. Oh, it did now. Okay, we may just have to get you
I
on.
switched like when I was outside. Whenever I was outside, I had to switch to my mobile service, but I came back in, so I switched back to the Wi-Fi. So it might catch up here in a second, or it might just be something where I just need to be on my regular service because it was going fine.
It seems to be working now, but honestly, we're probably just gonna like kill this stream pretty soon. This is but I would like to have a conversation with like just a lot of the homies soon. Josh, I would like to get you on. Josiah, I want to get you back on soon as well. We can do a little something.
Okay.
Do a little something. Maybe we'll have a MAGA laser rap session.
MAGA laser rap session.
If you know what I
I don't
mean.
know what that is.
Oh,
I
you'll
don't know
see.
what you mean.
I don't know what I mean.
I don't know
It's
if I want
nonsense.
to.
What is
I'm gonna look up
what am I-
MAGA
what does this
laser.
have? I'm very well versed in it. Yeah, Jesse, the homie, he keeps the Sabbath. It's kind of I guess it's like a quasi messianic Jew behavior, but I don't hate the player, hate the game. You know what I'm saying? No. Okay, we need to end the show. I'm retarded right now. Sorry. Thank you guys for
Yeah, you look a
watching.
little tired.
Josiah, thanks for coming on, man.
Thank you.
Get that outro ready, son.
What an outro.
I'm just gonna end it.